thrived through COVID, and even some of the shocks that hit us health-wise, Ebola comes, does its thing, HIV comes, does its thing, and you're still kind of able to live in those periods. And then there's conflicts that take place, right? But still, we don't grab onto the potential. And I guess the first overarching question before we punch into the details is, why do we not seem to be able to punch above our weight? In this case, which we should, as a continent which has, we've been reminded over and over again, largest population, greatest number of resources, the youngest population on the globe. Why are we not able to punch above our weight?
Though you're asking some of the difficult questions. I mean, that's $1 million question. And it's one I ask myself daily. We work across the continent, and I do see the potential everywhere. You step out of the door, there's potential. And in some countries, we are seeing actually the potential being realized. There's massive thrust and involvement. But when you look at all the successive shocks we've had, from COVID to the Ukraine-Russia war that really affected us right here in our homes, the prices went up, and now to the Strait of Hormuz, we find that for many times we've been resilient. In Africa, everyone, you survive, but we have to thrive. And I think for me, for the first time, this is the real opportunity that is actually going to make us think differently, grab this opportunity and actually say, no, we can't just survive. We can't just crest this wave and think that will be okay. We must take advantage of this opportunity. There are risks in it, and we are going to feel the pinch and pain, but we must grab it with all, we can, both our hands, our legs, and actually use this to make a difference on our continent. It's going to take a lot of political will and drive, because it's not just going to be here. So we have seen everyone talking about, this is so exciting, Lamu is coming up, but there's a lot of hard work that has to be in there. So I think for me, for the first time, you really sense an urgency. Everyone knows that this is existential, not just for Iran, but for many communities that depend on oil as a basis, but also depend on the global trade system and the global supply chain system. So for the first time, I actually feel this thing might actually get us to think differently.
But beyond thinking differently, there's the action that must take place. And I hazard a guess, and probably this is what compounds our problem, is that we know what needs to be done. We are quite aware that we have the resources. We have some of the best minds on the continent, whether it's in country or continent wide, but we choose not to.
It's a